Good afternoon. I'm Nancy McCalder, and I'm probably the only executive director of a nonprofit charity in the room today. Oh, good. And I came because I think there's some lessons we can learn from the business community. We face very similar challenges, but my question is, I think two of you, and I know, Amanda, you've been involved with community. We often hear business people saying, you know, part of the success is being involved in community. I would like to know what that looks like for you, because community is a very common word in our industry, in our world, and it may mean two different things. So I'm just curious as to what that looks like.
Oh boy. I think, first of all, you cannot just get involved in the community because you think it's going to provide great networking opportunities for you. It has to be something that you're inherently passionate about. Quite quickly when I started Terra, I got involved with when I started Delish, I got involved with Terra Association that I was an alumni with, and was on the board, fundraising board there for quite some time, and also became very interested in what was happening on 124th Street, and got involved in that board as well. And it's just what it looks like for me is really just being at those events, again, when you're the face of your business, it is great profile, as Chris says, there's no doubt about it. Being involved in your community, and also, but not just showing up at events, but having a voice and engaging people in conversation. I think the biggest thing about having a presence in your community is that you allow people an opportunity to get to know you and to bridge that gap between being a business and being a human being. And that's a very, very powerful thing when you're able to do that. I think the first time that happened for me was when Nick Lees did a piece on me late in 2008 or early 2009, and it was Wayward Teenager Does Good or something like that. And I actually, you know, the people that came through the door after that it was unbelievable. And they talked about my involvement in Terra and some of my colorful past and stuff like that. And, you know, I had people walking in saying, can you please talk to my daughter? And, you know, and people also asking about Terra. And then that's another thing that we have as business owners and as stakeholders in the community, is we also have an opportunity to be an advocate for organizations in this city that don't always get the voice that they need and they deserve. So I think there's a couple of different facets. I don't know if that answers your question, but it's a very important thing, you know, and I think as local business owners, the whole premise of being an independent business owner is that you want to be a part of your community and that you want to participate in that in every way that you can.
Do you want to answer that as well? Either of you?
Well, I would certainly reflect that, you know, authenticity, doing stuff that you enjoy doing, and it's not about being seen. It's about, you know, being passionate about something and getting involved. And I think that, you know, I think that in this day and age, especially, I think it's quite different. You need to be as authentic as you can be, because, you know, all the barriers to getting to know someone in the community are starting to break down pretty fast. So I just think it's worthwhile and it's fulfilling, but it also does serve your business. You shouldn't go into it expecting to serve your business, because I think, you know, people are highly cynical and they're tuned to that. But, you know, if you're involved in your community and active in something you're passionate about, you'll meet more people. The more people you meet, the more your business will be successful. Or you'll find out sooner if your business is not going to be successful. And those are both possible things. So,
Paul, the community that you have to gather together is mostly virtual, because most of your audience
99.999% virtual.
They're not in Edmonton.
Yeah.
So, what have you learned from cultivating that community of yo-yo guys?
And girls. There's girls.
And girls.
Yes, there's at least 5.
Who doesn't want to be a yo-yo girl?
Because my community is all online, if I didn't have PayPal and the internet, I would not exist as a hobby business at all. But similarity in the fact that, you know, you can't come on and expect just because you have a Twitter handle and it says yoyoGstring, people are going to follow it. You can't expect just because you post a picture of something cool on a forum, kids are going to buy it. With me, as I said earlier, part of the reason I stay small is because that one-on-one engagement with people, the conversations I have with individual people, I'm not sure how you would apply that in the not-for-profit sector as far as how to engage people. But if I post a question on a forum, kids will say, well, how about this or how about that? And that's what's changed my product. I don't make the same stuff I made 7 years ago. my process has changed, my materials have changed, my end result has changed, all through community feedback. So for me to step back or not be engaged in community, I simply wouldn't exist.
Can I just add to that, especially when it comes to nonprofit, just as we're having this conversation, the other thing is that when you start to build relationships with people in the community and they start to, they either like you or they don't, right? But assuming that they like you and assuming that you're starting to build a meaningful relationship with you, and people come into your business and they see what you do for your community in terms of being a business owner, they become your foot soldiers too, and they become the people that don't not only talk about your business, but talk about your activities in the community. So you're not only the person speaking about what you're doing, but there's other people talking about it, and it's that ripple effect. And I think that's a very powerful tool to use, especially with respect to nonprofit.